John F. Kennedy Inaugural Address. Vice President Nixon Johnson, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chief of Justice, President Eisenhower, Vice President Nixon, President Truman, Reverend clergy, fellow citizens. We observe today not a victory of party, but a celebration of freedom, symbolizing an end as well as a beginning, signifying renewal as well as change. For I have sworn before you and Almighty God the same solemn oath our forebears prescribed nearly a century ago would be warranted. The world is very different now, for man holds in his mortal hands the power to abolish all forms of human tyranny, poverty, and all forms of human life. And yet the same revolutionary belief for which our forebears fought for are still at issue around the globe. The belief that the rights of man come not from the generosity of the state, but from the hand of God. We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of the first revolution, and the word go forth from this time and place to friends and foe alike, that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans, and the unwilling to witness and permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has been committed, and to which are committed today at home and around the world. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we will pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, in order to assure the survival and success of our liberty. This must be pledged and much more. To those all allies whose cultural and spiritual origins we share, we pledge the loyalty of faithful friends. United, there's little we cannot do in a host of cooperative ventures. Divided, there's little we can do. For we dare not meet a powerful challenge at the odds and split asunder. To those new states whom we welcome to the rank of the free, we pledge our word that from one form of colonial control we shall not have passed away merely to be replaced by far more iron tyranny. We shall not have always expect to find them supporting our view. We will always hope to find them strong supporting their own freedom. And remember that in the past, those who foolishly sought power by riding the back of the tiger ended up inside. To those people in huts and villages in the globe struggling to break up the bonds of mass misery, we pledge our last best hope to help them help themselves for whatever period is required, not because of the communists are maybe doing it, not because we seek their votes, but because it is right. In a free society, help the many who are poor. In a free society, if the society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. To our sister republics south of our border, we offer a special pledge to convert our good words into good deeds in a new alliance for progress, to meet free men and free government in the casting off chains of poverty. But this peaceful revolution of hope cannot become the prey of hostile power. Let all neighbors know that we shall join them to oppose aggression or subversion anywhere in the Americas. And let every other power know that this hemisphere intends to remain the master of its own house. To the World Assembly of Sovereign States, the United Nations, our last best hope in an age where the instruments of war have far outpaced the instrument of peace, we renew our pledge for support. To prevent it from becoming merely a form of invective, to strengthen its shield of new and weak, to enlarge the area in which its rid may run. Finally, to those nations whom we might themselves our adversary, we offer not a pledge but a request that both sides have renew the request of peace before the dark power of destruction unleashed by science engulfs all humanity in blind and accidental self-destruction. We dare not tempt them with weaknesses, for only we are bonds bound or by sufficient beyond doubt can we be a certain bond beyond doubt that we will never be employed. So let us begin anew, remembering on both sides that civility is not a sign of weakness and sincerity is always subject to proof. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Let both sides explore the problems that unite instead of belaboring those problems that divide us. Let both sides, for the first time, formulate serious and precise proposals for the inspection and control of arms, and bring the absolute power to destroy other nations under the absolute control of all nations. Let both sides seek to invoke the wonders of science instead of its terror. Together let us explore the stars, conquer the deserts, eradicate disease, tap the ocean depth, encourage the art and commerce. Let both sides unite to heed in the corner of the earth to command of Islam, the command of Islam, to undo the heavy burden, and let the oppressed go free. If a beachhead of cooperation may push back the jungle of suspicion, and if that both sides join in creating a new endeavor, not a new balance of power, but a new world of law, where the strong are just, and the weak secured, and the peace preserved. All this will not be finished in the first 100 days, nor will this be finished in the first 1,000 days, nor in the life of the administration, nor even perhaps in our lifetime on this planet. But let us begin. In your hands, my fellow citizens, more than in mine, will rest final success or failure of our final course. Since this country was founded, each generation of Americans have been summoned to give testimony of its national loyalty. The graves of young Americans answered the call to serve us around the globe. Now the trumpet summons us again, not as a call to bear arms, though arms we need, but not as a call to battle, though in battle we are, but a call to bear the burden of a long twilight struggle, year in and year out, rejoicing in our hope of patience and tribulation. A struggle against common enemies of man, tyranny, poverty, disease, and war itself. Can we forget these enemies? Can we forge these enemies a grand global alliance, north, south, east, west, that can assure a more fruitful life for all mankind? Will you join this historic effort? In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of maximum defending freedom in the hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink to this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange place with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the fight, the devotion which we bring to the endeavor light up our country and all serve it. And the glow that from that fire can truly light the world. And do so, my fellow Americans. Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask not what you can do. Ask not what you can do for country. Fellow Americans and citizens of the world, ask what America will do for you. But what America we can do for the freedom of man. Finally, whether you are a citizen of America or a citizen of the world, ask us of the same high standard of strength, sacrifice, which we ask of you. With a good conscience and our only sure reward, with the history of the final judge of the deeds, let us go forth to lead the land of we love, asking his blessings, his help, but knowing that here on earth God's work must be truly our own. Thank you very much.